My goodness. This past year or so has really done a number on my hairline. Holy shit. It's fucking rough. Jesus. I knew it was bound to happen eventually, but my god. I didn't expect it to happen this fast. Only 33, on the cusp of 34, and my hairline is almost completely fucked. Anyways, here I am in Bristol. I'm pretty drunk, as you can see, possibly by my eyes, whoever's watching. Why am I recording this? I don't really know. I don't really have anything to say today, but that's not the first time that I've been in this situation. I think it's just, I guess the instinct is for me to record this is I'd realize, like, man, dude, this is like a really, this is a really empty existence we all live. I mean, it's good to be out of town. I won't deny that. It's good to be, unplugged to some degree. I mean, I say that as I'm recording something for YouTube, but I didn't bring my computer with me, so there's that. So I'm relatively unplugged. And I'm trying to avoid social media aside from this, but sort of. I don't know. It's kind of, I went out tonight and like I said, I got a bit drunk by myself. Judge that as you will. But honestly, what else is there to really do when you're by yourself in a new city? I guess plenty of other stuff you could do, but that's what I did. I got here at like 4, so I decided, I'm like, yeah, fuck, I'm just gonna go to the pub. Had a really good meal, had a couple pints, and I was just like, you know what, I'm just not gonna stop. I'm just gonna keep drinking. And then at one point I decided, I'm gonna go see a movie drunk, and the movie sucked. I actually left half an hour through it. It was trying to watch Mission Impossible: Final Reckoning. Word to the wise: do not check that movie out. It fucking sucks. Oh my god. Cliche central. That's all I'll say. Yeah, there was like a half an hour worth of ads, and I was already almost like, oh my god, I'm over this shit. Just sitting there for half an hour, just through a non-stop barrage of fucking advertisements. And then when the movie started, I was like already like low ass patience for it, and then it just dipped from that point. The movie is comically cliche. I'm just like, it's so fucking uninspired. It's insane. Like, it's one of those movies where it's like, it's terrible because it's not terrible, if that makes sense. Let me explain. Like, if a movie was like truly terrible, like it was just a complete disaster, like a movie like The Room is just a disaster movie. Like, it's not even competently made. But at least a movie like that has like charm to it, if you know what I mean. But this movie was like, it was technically competently made, but it was just so disgustingly safe that I just think it's a worse movie than The Room. Because, like, The Room at least is authentic. It's authentic. It is authentic. There's no movie quite like The Room. While Mission Impossible, at least from what I saw, maybe it changed if I finished the movie, but I highly doubt it the way it was going. It's one of those movies that you just see and you just completely forget about within a week. It's just one of those cliche fucking by the numbers action movies that you'll watch, and then it'll just be like discarded into the recesses of your mind once it's over. It's just like, okay, there was a couple cool action scenes, I guess, but everything else is just, and that's why it's terrible. Because here's the thing: The Room, unforgettable. Everybody remembers The Room. There's people that go to midnight showings for that shit all over the world just to watch it and laugh at it. Like, it's a terrible movie, but it's, it had a massive cultural impact. So I would say, just because of the fact that The Room is authentic and unique and is more entertaining, means it's a better movie than the new Mission Impossible, or for that matter, any of these other fucking play it safe bullshit, like by the numbers, like crowd pleasing action films. I'm fucking over them. I'm so fucking over them. I hope this movie does terribly at the box office, honestly. I'm sick of this shit. I'm just sick of Hollywood just turning out these just like, and it's like, don't get me wrong, like I'm fine seeing fun action movies, fun turn your brain off action movies every once in a while for sure, but like at least have a little fucking personality to them, you know? Just like do something a little bit original. This was not fucking it, man. Like, okay, to be fair, like here, I'll recommend one. Go see Thunderbolts. It's a better movie than Mission Impossible. It's not perfect, but it's got originality to it. You know, it's one of the more original Marvel movies I've seen in recent memory. Yeah, it's still definitely a Marvel movie, but it's, you know, it's quite original compared to a lot of the other stuff that turned out lately. And it's definitely more original than fucking Mission Impossible. So there you go. That's a recommendation for you. Go see Thunderbolts. You might not love it. You might not even like it, but like I said, at least I personally found it to be quite a bit better than Mission Impossible. That's just my view. I liked it. You know, I liked it. It was still a fun action movie, but it had a uniqueness to it and an authenticity to it that I just haven't seen in like a Marvel movie or any of these other kind of turn your brain off action movies in a long time. So yeah, go see that instead of fucking Mission Impossible. Go give that movie some love. Anyways, enough about that. So yeah, why am I recording this? I don't know. I think I just have been thinking I've just been thinking. Yeah, so I left town, decided to, whatchamacallit, unplug, basically, like I said. And, yeah, it's only been half a day so far in Bristol, but I don't know. I'm not sure what I expected to be here. I mean, I'll see tomorrow once I've sobered up. I guess I mainly came here to just like write, kind of explore the city, but like, I don't know, even with unplugging and everything from like my normal routine and also just literally unplugging from technology aside from the video recording I'm doing right now, just everything still feels very empty. It's weird. It's very fucking weird. Like it feels less empty than London does. It's more relaxing here for sure. But there's just something in the fucking air. There's just really something in the fucking air. And it doesn't seem to really change completely. Like I can't really get rid of it no matter where I go, I guess. Because I've been, you know, to a few places over the past, I don't know, I guess ever since like COVID, it's just always been weird. It's just been weird. It's been fucking weird ever since COVID. Things have just not really felt the same way. And I know I'm not the only person, and a lot of people have said this, but it's just interesting how it's like there really is just something in the zeitgeist or whatever, just the mental climate. Things just don't feel right anymore. I mean, things were not perfect by any means before then. I'm not gonna like be all nostalgic about how the before times were. They were fucked up too in their own way, but like I don't know. Things have gotten just a lot more uncanny. I don't know. Like it's not even that I just like have a disinterest in meeting people, because I kind of do want to meet people, but I just want to like, I really want to like actually meet people. Like, I don't know. A lot of people who are like in a mindset as me, similar to me, kind of getting this like weird sort of, I would say almost pretentious mindset where they always like to label everybody else as like NPCs and shit like that. And, you know, they want to just disconnect from everybody. And they almost like get this almost like holier than thou attitude that they're like, you know, more enlightened, more aware than other people. And I don't know. I've been tempted by that notion as well. But at the end of the day, I think it's pretty cunty way to think about the world, especially since like I don't think it's entirely true. And even if it was, I don't think that means you should be like behaving like you're better than other people, you know. But I think in a lot of cases people are just kind of either lying to themselves or they're scared. And I can totally understand that because I get it. I used to be more judgmental about that kind of notion, but I understand now. I really do understand why people want to do that. Why people don't want to face like harsh truths and just kind of tell themselves fairy tales because like I don't know. At the end of the day, like isn't really everything in life just kind of sort of lying to yourself at least to some degree? To some degree at least. I don't know if that makes sense. I don't know. Like okay, like there's the fact that for instance, nobody will ever really truly know another person. That's a notion I've heard bandied about a few times, and I think it's pretty much true. Nobody's ever gonna really understand you or me. Maybe they'll get fucking close. That's the best you can hope for. They'll get very close. Maybe they'll even get like 90% of the way there, but nobody's gonna ever truly understand you. Like it's impossible to really get in somebody's brain and see how they are. I mean, people are not that different from each other, to be fair, so you can make like a pretty, reasonable hypothesis for how somebody might be based on your own experiences if you're similar to them, but you're never going to really know what that person's like. You're not going to know exactly the same experiences as them. You're not going to know the way they feel and think deep down underneath it all. So there's always going to be a layer of like projection when it comes to how you view other people. Like you're never going to have a truly fully accurate and honest perception of another person in your life. You're just not. You're going to always fill in the gaps with something that's either favorable or disfavorable based on your overall predilection towards that person. So that's kind of a form of lying, really, you know? And especially when it comes to like, and I think where you really will never know somebody is there's always going to be like that deeper, like to go into Jung about this Jungian aspect, but there's always going to be that deeper like shadow self about somebody that even if like you could even understand them on like a basic level of how they think, there's that aspect of like somebody that like even that person doesn't want to even admit to themselves that you'll never really understand, if that makes sense. And so you're gonna just have to like lie to yourself to some degree that person is not really who you think they are. But like, I don't know. I think with me personally, and I get it, it's more comfortable to go through life where it's like facades interacting with other facades, you know? Tell me lies. Tell me sweet little lies. Everybody's just telling each other sweet little lies. And on some level, they'll know that they're kind of bullshitting each other, but it's, it's pleasant for the most part. And I can understand that to some level, but I think I'm at a point now where I'm just like, you know what? I get it. I get the appeal of it, but I think I just want to know people as they authentically are, even if it's unpleasant. And it's not even like I want some, I don't know, I'm really starting to abandon this notion of like, I need some spiritual, deeper connection with others. I think it's really just fundamentally out of an aspect of being bored. I think I'm just bored of the facade thing. Like it obviously still entertains people out there, some people out there, but I'm over it. I've had enough of it. I think the whole facade interaction thing is just kind of run dry for me. Like some people are obviously still entertained with it, but with me, it's like I'd love to know people like being fucking weirdos. That'd be really interesting to me. Like I would just love if people were just like dropped the whole cordiality and just started like behaving like just fucking weirdo degenerates to each other, like who they really are. Kind of like there's this one movie, The Invention of Lying, and I would just like love to live in that movie sometimes For anybody who hasn't seen it, it's like a reality, an alternate reality where like people have just never formulated the ability to lie to one another. They just aren't capable of it, and that includes everything. So like even if it's like somebody, even if it's just like minor shit, people just cannot lie to each other because they just don't even know it. So like, for instance, in like a romantic context, for instance, like a woman or a guy will just like be blatantly honest in why they're rejecting somebody. They'll just be like, yeah, I just find you unattractive because of this, and this thing, and they'll just say it bluntly and to the person's face without any like nuance or bullshitting. Not nuance, sorry. Beating around the bush or anything like that, which is like, I don't know. It's blunt, but it's like refreshing. It'd be interesting to be in that kind of reality. The only downside of that reality, honestly, is the fact that they like don't have fiction, because fiction is considered a form of lying, which I would not be a fan of that, because I fucking love fiction, because this reality sucks for the most part. I love fiction, but like the other stuff would be fucking interesting. I just think it'd be very interesting to just be around people that just could not even like do gentle lies to each other, that just were like just totally upfront and like blatant with each other. I don't know. It would just be interesting. Maybe it'd eventually get old too, just like how this is old for me too now. You know, this whole thing about just people being facades with one another. But it would just be interesting to be, at least for a while, in an alternate reality where people could just be blunt with each other and say just like uncomfortable, weird shit with each other. I just would find that so refreshing for a change. You know, just people could just, I don't know, like if there's just that part of our brain where we just get embarrassed or just feel awkward or just have this need to just like sugarcoat shit, if it just turned off one day and we could just like both have a preference towards, not predilection, preference towards being honest, but also like not mind honesty as much. Like if we use our egos, we're just able to process that better. It's like even if somebody's like tells you something bluntly unpleasant, you just are kind of like, yeah, just take it in stride. You just kind of are used to it. I don't know. It would just be interesting for a change, because I'm just like, I don't know. The more I'm thinking about it, this whole thing about being deeper, being awakened, being spiritually in tune with a fucking higher level of existence that's outside the matrix. Honestly, man, it just kind of strikes me a bunch of, it's starting to strike me as a bunch of like fucking pretentious bullshit. Not just that, but it's also like, what the fuck is it all for, man? Really, what the fuck is it all for? For all we know, we literally are just alive for just this one fleeting life. And we have no promise of anything past this point. So really, what the fuck is the point in like a spiritual awakening? Like, to what fucking end, man? You're just gonna be dead in the ground regardless. Like, who gives a fuck about awakening yourself spiritually? Just like fucking entertain yourself, try and do something worth a fuck, I guess, in this life, and then, I don't know, shuffle off this mortal coil and go quietly into the good night of oblivion, because nothing fucking matters, man. I don't know. Nothing fucking matters. It's kind of, yeah, and I think that that's really what bothers me more than anything about this, is that like I realize how finite my life is, and rather than lamenting more so that like, oh, I'm not reaching some spiritual enlightenment, I'm more so just lamenting the fact that I'm just fucking bored. Like, if we're gonna be in a dystopian shithole society, could we at least be in one that's more entertaining? Because this stuff is just dull as shit. Like, I think we're honestly in one of the worst dystopian shithole societies, because we're in one of the most fucking boring ones. Oh my god, is this shit boring? Like, social media has turned us into a bunch of boring cunts, man. We're fucking dull as shit. We're so fucking boring. And I include myself in this. I'm a boring motherfucker. I mean, for the most part. I think these videos are one of the more interesting things I produce. And, when I was still doing art and writing, that could be pretty good. But my day-to-day life, I'm a boring prick, man. I'm such a boring motherfucker. I think that's part of the reason I went on this trip to unplug, is to see if I can actually be a less boring motherfucker by actually forcing myself to, be bored. See if I can make myself unboring by being bored. I don't know. We'll see. Jury's still out on that shit. But I don't know, man. You know, like it's kind of like a lot of times why like I lament the fact that like if we're gonna be in some kind of a hell world, which this is, it is. Could we at least be in like an authentic hell world? Like if we're at least in like a fucking Judeo-Christian style, like fire and brimstone type hell reality, at least people would be genuine, you know? At least they'd be authentic. And I mean, I'm speculating here, but at least it would be a bit more interesting, maybe. I don't know. It's the fucking bullshitting that bothers me. It's the lying and the inauthenticity. That's one thing I can't stand. Like, I can take people being assholes. I can take people being fucking weird. I can take people being fuck ups. I can take people being just petty. I can take people being the next thing and next thing. But the one thing I'm just so fucking over is the lies. It's the fucking lies. The shitty lies, the boring lies, not the fun lies. You know, not like I said, fiction is a lie, but that's fun lies. You know, entertainment lies, I'm all on board with that shit. But it's just this like facade lies, man. Oh my god, just be yourself, motherfucker, please. Please just be yourself. Stop being this boring cunt. Like, just be somebody. Be an asshole, please. I applaud that. Go ahead. The world needs assholes. The world doesn't just need nice people, you know? Imagine how boring that would be if everybody's nice. Come on. People say on the surface that they want everybody to be nice. No, they fucking don't. No, they fucking don't. Being nice is important sometimes, but come on, dude. Who the fuck wants everybody to be nice all the time? Boring. Boring, boring, boring. It's not an interesting character. If we're going to go back to fiction, what character has ever been interesting in fiction that's just a nice person? Nobody. People's favorite characters in fictions are always the fucking anti-heroes. People love the anti-heroes. So I don't know. Okay, this sounds cringy as shit, but yeah, go be an anti-hero. Anyways, I don't know. I hope I made a point with this video. Funny enough, the fact that I'm recording this on my phone, it's much better image quality, and I think better probably audio than how it is on my fucking computer with a microphone and everything, which just goes to show how, I don't know, how stupid everything is. Anyway, alright, I don't think I have anything else to say. I'm hungry. I'm gonna go finish my dinner, but, I don't know, I might try to record one of these every evening if I feel up to it while I'm here, and report how my day has gone. Alright, peace out.